Another student riding in the aisle of her school bus because she says it was too crowded.
This video shows kids in conditions so overcrowded on the buses, it's unsafe.
Who says her child's bus is so packed that lately students need to stand in the aisle.
Every day at Anoka High School, students struggle to get on the bus or even struggle to sit comfortably when they're on board. Students sitting near the window are being squished against the wall, while those sitting in the middle are cramped in between two people they might not even know, which adds to the anxiety and awkwardness of it all. Meanwhile, students in the aisle seat are hanging off the edge, trying not to fall whenever the vehicle makes a sharp turn or enters a roundabout.
I rode the bus the beginning of my sophomore year. It was really busy. There was a lot of kids on my bus and a lot of kids that were at my stop on the bus.
Many are forced to sit three to a seat, which can be very dangerous, especially for the little kids. Our bus is a shared route within the district, meaning we have elementary schoolers on board from ages 6 through 10. These younger kids aren't able to speak out against this problem because people just see them as kids.
But next year, my son will be in 2nd grade and we're planning to have him ride the bus. My biggest concern about him being on the bus is I hear there tends to be a lot of bullying on the bus.
When the bus is forced to make an abrupt stop, students in the aisle could become human projectiles, flying forwards and getting injured. To understand this problem, you have to talk to people that experience this first.
This problem goes beyond what every other student can see from the outside. Students are crowded onto a bus that has 24 seats and should be able to hold the capacity of around 58 students. High school buses are filled with teenagers, which has a lot of room for irritation and annoyance because things like this can ruin your day and cause teens to be frustrated with the wrong crowd / each other. Getting on a crowded bus early in the morning with nowhere to sit can cause teens to rush to the bus after school to get dibs on a seat. It can also be the cause of students who have to stand by not allowing other students to sit on the outside of a 3-seater.
Last time I rode the bus, like to and from school, was last year. It was not good because on my bus route, especially, there's a lot of people. It got very, very cramped.
There are little kids on the bus as well. They have to deal with big kids and being squished. They also all have to sit in the same seat since they are smaller. They have to all sit together, but the dangers are a higher possibility since they have to sit in the front. They could fly down the stairs or get seriously injured up front. As you could assume, this is very uncomfortable for a lot of people, especially the people who constantly have to get onto the bus last every single day. But looking behind the scenes, this is a simple fix out of reach.
Why hasn't anything changed? This problem is just beyond getting more buses. Yes, that would help, but the school may not have the budget for this. A new bus typically costs from upwards of $200,000 down to a low of $100,000. Annually, schools use about $1,152 per student during bus travel. In Anoka County, buses typically transport around 40,000 students daily, which means the district spends about $46 million on student transportation. A new bus route might not be in the district's budget range.
Shrink the routes a little bit so that each bus picks up less kids. But that would require more people to drive them, need more money for that, right? Because you got to pay them, pay for the bus, pay for the fuel. So I don't know if it's necessarily feasible, but it is an option.
Another reason why it isn't already fixed is the lack of bus drivers. Right now, the Anoka-Henneman School District is facing severe bus driver shortages. Because of these shortages, adding another route and trying to hire more drivers simply isn't realistic for the district right now. To understand how these staffing shortages impact our daily schedules, you have to look at the official data from the Transportation Office.
Look, we know the district can't just drop millions of dollars on a brand new fleet of vehicles or magically find dozens of new drivers overnight.
So I think the easier thing would be to have more buses, or like they shrink the routes a little bit so that each bus picks up less kids.
But that doesn't mean we could just sit back and do nothing. The solution has to come from smarter management right here at Anoka. We need Mr. Farley to work with the routing office and run an immediate count on our current passenger numbers. The reality of that, while some of our neighborhood lines are dangerously packed, other routes covering nearby streets have plenty of empty seats. Literally, by simply adjusting those overlapping lines, we can balance the passenger load and clear the aisles without spending a single dime. On top of that, hall monitors can set up and organize staggered boarding line at 2:10 p.m. This would completely stop the dangerous afternoon stampede and make sure seats are fairly filled and safely from the back to the front. The administration already has the power to do this. We just need them to act. And cut!
Right? Unless we make them a sick double decker. That'd be kind of sweet.
Thank you.
Yes.
From the transportation office.
Woo! Good job, Colin. Colin, I think.
Is that all? Is there more?
This problem goes beyond what every other